Hello again, everybody. Welcome to another edition of syracuse.com and SOS Spotlight Athlete of the Week. Today, we're happy to be joined by Fayetteville-Manlius Cross Country runner Hannah Kaercher. Hannah's one of the best runners in the state, cross country, indoor, outdoor. She's only a junior, yet she's accomplished so much. So we're going to check in with her. Good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So we talked a little bit about how you've been on the varsity since 8th grade. Fayetteville-Manlius is a very strong program, cross country wise, all throughout running. What are your thoughts about how, as an 8th grader, that sort of helped get you off and running, so to speak, and kind of led to a pretty fast development for you?
Well, I think 8th grade, when you get moved up, first of all, it's like a really big honor, and I'm incredibly grateful that my coach was even like considering me for that opportunity. But I really liked that 8th grade gave me an opportunity to really learn, like see who I was as a runner and grow and sort of learn from those older girls without the pressure of still being in high school. You had that year to sort of figure things out, figure who you were, and figure out what you like to do. And I think that was really important for me. It sort of helped me to grow and be better.
And you told me you liked running from the start. You started running even at an earlier age. I believe you even remembered your first 5K time, right? Which is a little better now than it was then. But tell me a little bit about your very first days running.
Oh, well, here's the thing. I started running because my parents made me. I was convinced that I was going to play soccer. And my parents were like, you should just try running. Your sister does it. Like, you'll have fun. And like at first, I sort of was hesitant to it. Like, I was always like, I hate running. This is the worst. And then my parents had me run a 5K, and I ran it with my dad. And it wasn't fun for me at first, but I sort of realized that like I ended up actually really enjoying it, and I was really excited to be on the modified team. So I think it was funny, like starting out from like watching my sister do it and watching her run like all these amazing times, and then trying to do it myself and realizing, wow, this is really hard, but it's worth it.
Now, you mentioned your sister, and those who follow running know that your sister Grace was a very good runner at FM as well. She graduated last year, so she's a couple of years older. You certainly ran with her a lot, right? Tell me a little bit about running with her, competing with her, how that sort of made you a better runner.
Well, I think that Grace was a really good role model for me growing up and like running in the program. And I feel like she taught me a lot about running and about work ethic. And I feel like I'm really grateful for that. When we competed against each other, it wasn't really like against each other to the way that we had like a sibling rivalry. It was definitely more of we wanted to make each other better. We wanted us both to succeed. And I really am grateful for that opportunity. Not a lot of people get to run with their sister and really learn from that older sister and have that really good mentor on the team. So I'm really grateful for having to have that opportunity to run with her for 3 years. And I really miss having her on the team. It was really fun.
Now, as I look outside now, it's a beautiful fall day. You've already had practice. It's a great day for running, nice and chilly. The leaves are out, but when you're running, it's not all about scenery. It's hard. It strikes me as something you really wouldn't want to do. What about the difficulty of the sport sort of appeals to you? Do you get a chance to appreciate the scenery of the outdoor course? What are you thinking as you're grinding through those really, really tough miles? Tell me a little bit about the mental part of the sport.
Well, actually today we were running on, I think it was Round Lake, and we looked across the lake and we saw the reflection of all the really nice trees, and we were going like pretty fast, but we like kind of looked at it from while we were going. We were like, wow, that looks really pretty. And that was kind of nice. But I think mentally you just need to be positive about it. Like it hurts, but I think that the important thing about cross country and what makes it different from a lot of other sports is that if you're doing it, you're putting yourself through this for your teammates. It is really about like putting yourself through a lot of suffering and a lot of pain just because you want to help your teammates. And I think that's what gets me through it. I think that like thinking about wanting to help my team succeed and wanting to be a contributor is really what motivates me to work hard. And I think that's really important.
Do you have anything randomly you think about as you're running? Perhaps type of music you like to listen to? Anything sort of gets you through those miles?
I tend to get songs stuck in my head, but not usually on purpose.
Nothing in particular.
Not really. I don't think so.
Hmm. Now, of course, you're a great cross country runner, indoor, outdoor. You run relays. Do you have a preference for the cross country versus the indoor versus the outdoor track? Is one type of running more enjoyable for you?
I really like all of it, but I'm especially fond of cross country because I really like how much of like a team thing it is. Because in track, you're sort of running individual and trying to get these times. And like you can only get like a little bit of that team pursuit with the relays. But I really like having that in cross country, and it's so unique and it's such a great group of girls. And so I really love doing that. And I really like running on like tough courses instead of like running on a track all the time. So that's kind of a bonus too.
And I know you also like the relays because you spoke about how that sort of gives a team element to running. Take me through that because relays are tough. You not only got the long running, but you've got the handoffs. What about the relays is most appealing to you?
I think like what you said is a really big team thing. Like you're running the relay, but there are also three other girls counting on you and wanting you to succeed. So I really like that. I really like having a purpose and running for other girls, because when you're running in the 1500 or the 3000, sometimes you're only like trying to achieve your next PR, running your next best time. But when you're in a relay, you're trying to run well for the purpose of helping a whole entire team run well.
Sure. Now, you are currently ranked #1 in the state in cross country, in girls cross country. We'll see how that plays out. You've got hopefully states and federation, coming up. But do you see yourself as the best in the state, or how do you see yourself, compared to your competition across the state?
Actually, no, I don't see myself as the best in the state. There are a lot of really strong runners in the state, and I kind of am trying to focus on getting our team to where we need to be to see if we can be in the hunt for being the best in the state. And especially because I have a really great teammate, Izzy, and she is right now ranked like #3 in the state. And she could just as easily be #1 if she ran right up with me, because she is always right there up with me. So I feel like I see kind of both of us as some of the top runners in the state, but I never really thought about it, like, because I haven't really raced a lot of those girls. So it's hard to say how I would do against a lot of those different girls. And especially with my teammate being as good as she is, who knows what is going to happen.
Yeah. Now you're only a junior and you've got hopefully so much running left, your junior season and your senior and hopefully college. Where do you see running taking you? What would be kind of like an end goal in the sport for you?
I don't really know. I guess I'm hoping to run in college. We'll see how that goes. We'll see how recruitment goes. I haven't really looked into that very much, but I guess I just want it to continue to be fun for me. I want to continue to be passionate about it, but I don't really see a specific end goal for my running in the future. I just want to keep doing it and keep having fun with it.
Well, that's a great goal. And no matter how successful you are in sports, that's always probably should be the #1 goal. Well, Hannah doesn't like to sit around too long. I think she probably wants to go running again, so we'll let her go. We appreciate everybody joining us. Thank you for watching syracuse.com and SOS Spotlight Athlete of the Week. We'll be back next week with another edition. Stay safe, everyone, and we'll see you next week.